What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinter content every single day. We also stream right here on the channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, this video was sparked by, or the idea for the video was sparked by a conversation I was having with Darkest Night just yesterday, or actually, no, I'm sorry, this morning. So, shout out to Darkest Night. But what I want to get into for this is what should the multiplier be for a champion level deck? And then, of course, by extension, what should the multiplier be across every league, right? So champion down, so diamond, gold, silver, and then, of course, bronze. And when I say multiplier, I'm talking about, of course, the upcoming soulbound reward cards. Now, the idea behind this is that what you want to do, at least from what the team is saying, is that they want to make the rewards in champion so good, right? They want to incentivize people playing with a single account and just trying to min-max that account all the way. And so therefore that becomes they're more incentivized to do that than to start a bot farm. And when we're talking about farm, you can define that however you want. 10,000 bots, 1,000 bots, 5 bots, like whatever it is. But the scale at which I'm going to talk about is, I want to know, and this is where I'm going to get your opinion from the community here, is what should that equivalent, like the equivalent of it be, right? Because we don't know the multipliers. We don't know any more information. We don't even know the print rate of a lot of these new cards, the Soulbound Reward cards. Hopefully we will get something like that at some point. I really don't want them to be like available for a year and then, people just come in and essentially farm them to death. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, what should a champion level account earning champ chests, what should that be equivalent to when it comes to a quote unquote bot farm, right? In order to incentivize the right things, which are playing at the highest levels. So when I think about it, and again, this is just raw thoughts here based on the conversation earlier today with Darkest Night. Like when I think about it, I'm just like, should a champion chest be worth more or equal to a bot farm in silver with bronze, or we'll go with silver level bots, silver level bot farm that has 10,000 accounts? I don't know about you, but I don't know that I feel like one account earning as much as like 10,000 silver accounts. That's a little too skewed. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that for the longest time, it has always made more sense to set up 10,000 accounts versus having one account playing champion, right? Now, over the past year, we've seen that change, right? With the ranked rewards update, with the card leveling update. We might even see more of that with this SPS staking requirement in the future. But the point is that it's changing, right? Before, if you had to make a decision, and we're looking at this on a spectrum, if you had the means to start a 10,000 bot farm versus one champion level account, we'll call the pricing like somewhat equivalent, right? Which one would you do? Which one would have better returns? Well, clearly the 10,000 bot farms. But what I'm trying to say is that over time, that one champion account versus 10,000 bot farms, that has gone down. The number of farms in which all of a sudden it makes more sense to play champion versus the bot farms has gone down. Now, what has it gone down to? We don't know. I'm talking very much in generalizations right now. But all I'm saying is that when I compare 10,000 bots versus one champion account, I think 10,000 bots wins easily. So the question then becomes, if you're the team, or we're part of the community, so hopefully we can have a voice in the direction of where this goes, or at least influence that by bringing good ideas to the table. The multiplier, right, becomes the big issue then, and says, well, how good of a multiplier should we be having in champion in order for somebody who has the means to start 10,000 bots to instead look at champion and say, you know what? I actually want to play champion because I want to play at the highest levels and I can earn a ton more cards that way. So people are going to look at this and say, well, it's going to go to the whales regardless. But you know what? This game is dominated by whales. Now, whales, all that means is people who have the means to play or invest a ton into the game. Generally, people have been investing in multiple accounts. But what I'm curious about is, where do we see that? Where do we see that change where somebody will look at it and say, you know what, I think I'm actually just going to go with one champion account, or maybe two champion accounts, however it is, because it makes more sense to do that with my capital. Let's say I have X amount of dollars, and I could either start this many accounts in silver, or I could start this many accounts in in champion. So again, the question then becomes, and this is the real question that I'm hoping for or that we can discuss further in the comments is, when you're comparing a champion account, the earnings of a champion account with the earnings of a silver level account. And I know that we have people playing all across the board here, but I want to know specifically champion versus silver. How many silver accounts should a champion account be worth? That's my question for you. All right. So at this point in time, I still think that 10,000 silver accounts will probably earn more than a champion account. So I think that number should be smaller, right? But also keep in mind that it has become significantly more expensive to start, or to have that many silver level accounts, because you need to own the cards. That was a big change. You need to have the cards leveled up, at least maxed for bronze, which again is another change, or another recent change. So my question to you then is, how many or how much should it be? If one champion account can deliver X amount of rewards, what is the equivalent amount that you need to start in silver in order to do that? And then we can kind of break down and see, what's the pricing comparison and bots and all that. But I don't even want to get into that. I'm just from a very, very high level. It's like, how much value should a champion account have in terms of silver accounts? Like, how many silver accounts would you need to stack up in order for a champion account to have the equivalent in terms of the rewards when it comes to potions multipliers, when it comes to the percentages chances here for legendaries, when it comes to, now more importantly, the upcoming soulbound reward card multipliers? So that's my question for you. I don't necessarily have an answer. I'm just saying that I think 10,000 is too high. I think 1,000 might even be too high. But then again, there's a lot to factor in. So I just want to run this. You don't have to present any numbers or anything. I'm just curious from a very instinctual, visceral place. When people think about this, just from a conceptual standpoint, how much do you think a champion account should be worth in value from prizes when you compare that across the board and you add it up in in silver accounts? So it's like that old saying or that old joke where it's just like, oh, my father or my parents never measured anything in dollars. They measured it in Happy Meals or in toys or something. So I'm asking you, how many, in champion, for how much is the champion account worth in silver accounts? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, I think 10,000 is too high. I think 1,000 might even be too high, but I'm curious to see where I stand versus where the rest of the community is coming in from and what your perspectives might be. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.